Hey guys, Em here from Transformers and Video Games, and welcome back to the channel. This is week number 7 of my summertime garage sale hunting series, and I'm about to show you what I picked up right now. Hey guys, I'm just checking in. I made a very interesting vintage toy pickup just now. I got some G.I. Joe stuff and some Star Wars stuff. So first off, I got this Cobra Jeep, and the date stamp on the bottom says Hasbro Industries Inc. 1982. So I'm not sure the name of this. If anybody knows, let me know. I also got, as well, from the G.I. Joe line, this little, I don't know if it's an anti-aircraft blaster. And it says on here, Hasbro Industries Inc. 1983, so another vintage piece. I also got the driver here for one of those two G.I. Joe items. I've got all of them, but the elastic is snapped inside his body. So I've got the torso and the legs here as well. I'm just not sure who this guy is. And from the Star Wars line, I got, I think this is called a Tauntaun. And if I'm not mistaken, I mean, it looks pretty old. I don't see a date on here. Oh, actually, I do. It says Hong Kong, 1979. So this is some kind of, like I said, I think it's called a Tauntaun. If I'm not mistaken, it's the animal that Luke Skywalker was riding, I think, at the beginning of The Empire Strikes Back. But don't quote me on that. And this other thing as well here, I think is also from Star Wars, although I don't recognize the vehicle. Not sure what this one is. But all that stuff I got for $5, which I think was a really good price. I don't normally find vintage toys at garage sales, so I'm really excited to look this stuff up, find out what it is, and add it to my collection. So I'm going to leave it at that for now, guys, and we'll check in a little bit later. Okay, so I just missed out on an original Nintendo in games. Apparently the guy said he sold everything for $45, which would have been a great price, especially if any of the games had been half decent. The same guy told me, though, that he has a Sega Genesis with the 32X attachment and a bunch of games for that, but that he needs to find all that stuff. So I gave him my phone number, and I asked him to send me a text message. And the only reason I do that is because after giving out my number several times last summer and this summer, and people never contacting me, this is at least a way where I can reach out to them one time after we've met, if I don't hear from them, just to see if they found what I'm looking for and if they're interested in selling. I find if you don't do that, you end up giving your phone number out and you just never hear from people again. So if anything pans out with the Genesis and the 32X, I'll do a follow-up video. I don't live far from this guy, so even if he contacts me tomorrow or during the work week and I head over after work, I can even maybe do a little video where I'm heading over and taking a look at what he's got, and maybe I'd be fortunate enough to even get the negotiation on camera. So anyways, I'm going to leave it at that right now, and I'm going to keep seeing what I can find.
What's the girl's name in the basement that drives the... Emily? Emily, yeah. She's really interested in that.
What is it?
She says, do I go to the bank now and make myself poor till the end of the week?
What is it? Oh, it's the Wii?
Yeah, and
Wow.
it's brand new.
Wow.
Davina, Brad, and Emily. So what money I get for it, I'm giving it back to them.
Oh, that's nice.
Well,
Okay, just checking in again. This time I've got a couple of pickups that I've made for other people. For starters, I've got this spectacular magic trick. This one's called the Incredible Rope. And I actually bought this for my niece. She's 19 years old now, but when she was younger, she used to like to put on magic shows and do magic tricks for everybody. So for 25 cents, I thought I'd get this for her as a little bit of a fun gag gift. And then for my older brother, I got him, he collects oil and gas related items. So there's, I found this gas can. It says new improved clear rubber lubricant. And Shell is actually a Canadian oil and gas company. So the can is in really nice shape. I know he likes to keep an eye out for stuff like this. So they actually had $10 on it. I asked them if they'd accept $5 for it, and they were fine with that. Here's the back side of it. Again, in pretty good shape, I think. But again, I mean, nothing I have any interest in, but for $5, I think my older brother's really going to like it. All right, so I just bought a PS3 Slim. Hopefully I'm getting that in my shot there. And it didn't come with a controller, a power cord, or AV cables. The guy had a little stack of games there, but he wanted $5 each, and they were either games that I already had or games that weren't particularly good. I asked him what the best price he could give me on it was, and he said 20 bucks. So I quite honestly bought this as a backup. I used to have a PS3 Fat, and it died on me. Then I ended up getting a PS3 Slim just so I could keep playing my games, because I think there's a lot of great games on the PS3. So essentially I bought this as a backup in case my existing PS3 Slim fails on me. Anyways, I think it was a great purchase for 20 bucks. And yeah, glad to have it. Glad to have the backup. Anyways, I'm going to move on now, folks. Okay, so I just spotted this bag of hockey cards at a garage sale for $10, so I thought I'd take a closer look at it. And the woman saw me looking and said that she would let it go for $5. So I'm not really interested in hockey cards. I don't collect them myself, even though I used to maybe 20 years ago. But what caught my eye is right around the center here. I don't know if you can see that card with the skate on it. It's an old O-Pee-Chee card, and it looks like there's a bunch of them in there. And that one's dated 1979. So I would be shocked if there was anything worthwhile in that bag, but you never know. I thought I'd just buy it for $5 and take a chance. And worst case scenario, my nephew collects hockey cards and I'll just give him the whole bundle, and I know he'll really like it. So that's it for now. I'm going to check in again a little bit later. All right, so I did make another interesting pickup on Saturday that I'm going to show you right now. This is something that I've been looking for a little while now. It's actually a red and black Nintendo Wii Mini. And for anybody not familiar with this particular unit, it came out very late in the Nintendo Wii life cycle. And essentially what it is a stripped down, no frills version of the Wii. And what I mean by that is they've removed Wi-Fi access from it. There's no automatic disc feed or eject feature. If you want to do that, there's actually an eject button right here. So that's how you insert a game or remove it. I would like to keep an eye out for a box specimen of this, but in the meantime, this will do me just fine. In addition to the unit itself, I'm not going to show them, but I've got all the cables. Everybody knows what that looks like. I got the red chuck that comes with it, red Wiimote, and then there's just the Wiimote protector here. The person that sold it to me said that it was unused, but I don't know. I always find that hard to believe. Now we'll move along to the games that I also got. Now there weren't many. I got NHL Slapshot Hockey, Wii Play, Scarface, which is supposed to be an excellent game. A good friend of mine used to play this on computer, and he's also got the Wii version and says that it's excellent. And then the last game I got is actually a sealed copy of Super Mario Galaxy 2. I have a copy of this. If I'm not mistaken, I've got the greatest hits version, and mine isn't sealed. So it's great to have a factory sealed copy of this for the collection. And that's it for my pickups on Saturday. Okay, so a couple of days have passed since I took my other garage sale footage. This is actually the holiday Monday here in Canada on the Canada Day long weekend. And I'm following up with a lead right now. I've given my phone number out to a woman who told me that she had games, but that number one, she needed to find them. And number two, she needs to talk it over with her kids and find out which ones they actually want to get rid of. So surprisingly, I actually heard from her. She sent me a text message with a couple of lists, and she's priced the games at anywhere between $3 and $5 each. So I'm interested in a bunch of them. I'm going to head over right now and take a look at them. And I think what I'm going to do is put aside the ones that I'm interested in and maybe ask her what the best price she can give me on those games would be. So I'm going to head over right now and I'll check in with you again shortly. Hey guys, okay, so I've just completed the deal. Now, unfortunately, I wasn't able to get any footage because I wasn't about to pull up my camera in front of this woman. But I'll show you what I got, and then I'll mention what I paid for everything. So for these are all Nintendo DS or 3DS games. So for starters, I got Cooking Mama 2, Dinner with Friends, Pokemon Mystery Dungeon, Gates to Infinity, Harvest Moon, Pokemon Omega Ruby, Pokemon Black Version 2, Pokemon Pearl, Pokemon Platinum version, and last but definitely not least, I got Mario Kart 7 for the Nintendo 3DS. So I thought that was a really good haul, a really nice follow-up to last week's Pokemon score for the Game Boy Color. So the way she had everything priced was either $3 or $5. What I wanted here totaled $36. I asked her what the best price she could give me on the stuff that I had rounded up would be. And she had a look at it all and said she could do $25. So I thought that that was really good. I didn't hesitate to pull the trigger on that one. So yeah, I'm very happy to have those games. I have a couple of the Pokemon games, but I actually don't have any of those ones. It's a bit of a shame that I don't have the cases for them, but she said that she might have them kicking around somewhere. She's actually in the process of moving. So she said if she comes across them, she'll shoot me a message and I can always come by and pick them up. So anyways, that's it for the pickups for this weekend. I'm going to include this in my garage sale pickups weekend footage. All right, well, that's it for my garage sale pickup, so I'm going to leave it at that for today. Just by way of a quick recap, I'm really happy about finding those vintage G.I. Joe and Star Wars figures. I never find stuff like that at garage sales, so to find some vintage toys and be able to add them to my collection for so cheap, I think is really great. Next, I got the PS3 Slim for $20, which in itself isn't particularly exciting, but having had a PS3 burn out on me and needing to replace it, I just think it's a really good idea to have a backup unit and just a bonus to be able to find one for so cheap. That just leaves me with the Pokemon games lot and the Wii Mini Bundle. Starting with the Pokemon games lot, I think if you were to add up the value of both of those bundles, I think the Pokemon one is worth more. But what's more exciting to me is the fact that I actually left my contact information for somebody at a garage sale, and they actually reached out to me, and we closed a deal because of it. But I think I'm more excited about the Wii Mini Bundle. I've been looking for one of those units for the better part of a year, and to be able to find one in such good condition and with a couple of decent games, I think is really good. I don't think I mentioned it when I actually showed the stuff that I bought, but I paid $35 for that Wii Mini Bundle, which I think is really good, especially considering there was a sealed copy of Mario Galaxy 2. Okay, so I'm going to leave it at that now. If you like what I'm doing on YouTube and want to support me, please like my video by giving it a big thumbs up. Leave me a comment. I really enjoy interacting with everybody. And of course, if you haven't already done so, please subscribe. Thanks again, everybody. Take care.